What's up, family? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. My name is Jeremy, and welcome to Cartel Invictus. Essentially, I've created the following videos to sort of serve as a precursor to my official course. Okay, so this is going to be a pre-course in which I'm going to completely introduce the forex industry. I want to try to keep it simple, but I'm also going to try to go in depth. I want you to have as much information as you can. I'll make it as easy as I can to explain. Basically, I found that a lot of my students have joined my course, and the main focus of my course is to teach you guys technical analysis, fundamental analysis, market speculation, sort of the mindset that is required to trade profitably. I basically just wanted to make my course completely about strategy. However, a common thing that I found in my students is that a lot of them came into my course just because it was a good opportunity to make money, and I mean, they're doing great as far as the strategical side of things. However, a lot of them still don't really have a good idea about what the forex industry is all about. Okay, no, this is not stocks. This is not stock exchange. I get that a lot. But no, this is in fact Forex, and it's currency exchange, all right? So again, I've created this course mainly for my students. However, I hope to provide anyone that needs this information and sort of introduction into the industry. I hope anyone that needs this can benefit from my videos, okay? It's my mission to make this the most in-depth course in the world, okay? I found that there's a lot of courses out there that have very good information. However, they are lacking in structure. You feel me? A lot of these courses expect you to go in already knowing a lot about the industry. However, I plan to make this course and target my audience as beginners, okay? I want to walk you guys from square one. I want to do it in the most simple manner as I can. However, I want to pack my course with information, and I also want to make sure that it's as cost effective as possible, okay? Currently standing, we are the cheapest course in the world, okay, at only $80 a month. And we provide more education than anyone else in the world also, okay? I believe the next cheapest course, and I'm not going to say the name of the company, but I mean, if you really want to know, you can contact me, and I can pair you up with some other courses if you'd like, and you can see for yourself how much they are offering and how much they are charging, okay? But as I said, I believe the next cheapest course is $150 a month, which is almost twice what we offer, and they only offer 3 educational sessions a month and 3 trading signals, I believe, whereas in our first month, we've already done over 15 educational lessons with a new concept introduced in every lesson, and now the pre-course, which is also going to be packed with information, okay? So, as always, I expect you guys to take notes, okay? Because you're not going to be able to absorb all this information. I really want you to be able to have it written down in a journal so that you can access it if you need to later, okay? Alright, let's get started, guys. So before anything, I have to give it to you guys. It's the disclaimer. Now, I simply have to do this because there's a lot of people out there that simply don't know how to take responsibility for their actions, okay? First thing I need to tell you guys is the Forex industry is not a get-rich-quick industry by any means, okay? You can't just come into something like this and expect to be a millionaire tomorrow or expect to be a millionaire in 6 months or in a year, because that's unrealistic, okay? And I'm not going to sit here and give you some BS sales pitch promising you the world and the moon and the stars, because that's not how it works, okay? I'm simply here to offer you an education. I'm simply here to help you build a foundation and help you build knowledge on the industry, and I plan on sharing everything that I have learned and everything that I've spent a significant amount of money on to acquire this information. I just hope to share all this with you guys. I hope to spread the knowledge. I hope to, essentially my main goal is to be able to show people that there is a way out, okay? There is a way out of the system. I think it's bullcrap that, I see my loved ones struggling every day at stupid jobs that don't appreciate them and undervalue them, and it's ridiculous. I want to show people that there is another way to achieve things. There's another way to be self-employed. There is a way to have freedom and take charge of your life. Now, I've done it through this industry. In my opinion, it is the best industry in the world, okay? However, again, it's important. I have created the disclaimer. Read it carefully, okay? Pause the video if you have to, okay? This is simply to show you that this is all education. I'm not here to give you some BS sales pitch, and I'm not here to solicit elicit any particular investment advice. You know what I mean? This is simply general information. Alright, so let's start out with an introduction to Forex, okay? The foreign exchange marketplace is a global market in which participants trade currencies. Forex is necessary in order for foreign trade and business to be conducted. It is a part of everyday life. When you travel to other countries, you must exchange your domestic currency for the currency accepted in that region in order to conduct business there. So essentially, pretty simple stuff. We do it in our everyday life. Let me give you a quick example. Say you were traveling to Great Britain, okay? So you are an American citizen, it's summer vacation, you're going to go visit England, okay? So in order for you to be able to conduct business in England, in order for you to be able to purchase goods and go out to eat and purchase services, you can't just pay them in American dollars, you know what I mean? What you would have to do is you would have to go to a bank and you would have to exchange your American dollars for British pounds, okay? So now the amount of British pounds that you would receive at that moment depends on the value of the British pound at that given moment, okay? So pretty simple stuff. The Forex marketplace is decentralized, which means trade can be conducted from anywhere across multiple time zones. So the Forex marketplace is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, okay? So Monday through Friday. In the 21st century, trades are fulfilled by private online brokers via computer networks and platforms. Traders profit by taking advantage of price movement, which occurs at any given moment. Traders' goals are essentially to buy a currency and hold it until it goes up in value, and then sell it back and profit from the difference, and vice versa. Now, I really hope that you watched the first video on my website. It should be at the top of the home page. That is, in that video, I essentially explain charts and price movement in as simple as I can, okay? It's a very simple manner. It's very easy to understand, and it's more of a visual guide, okay? What I've done is I recorded myself, and I graphed out the information for you on a whiteboard, okay? So it's very simple stuff, okay? The opportunity to profit from inflation attracts millions of people every day, as literally every second provides an opportunity for profit. The Forex market is the most liquid market in the world, which means that there's most capital. So more money is exchanged daily on the Forex market than any other market in the world, okay? And I believe right now the current figure is about $5.3 trillion are exchanged every day. So the liquidity is extremely high, okay? That means every day there's $5 trillion out there that are just up for grabs. Anyone that is properly educated, anyone that understands price movement and fundamentals can just go out there and grab that money, okay? It's all about education, though. With practically endless opportunities to profit, many people have built fortunes from Forex. It can be extremely lucrative, and there's a lot of factors and possibilities that can balance the odds in the trader's favor, okay? With proper education and patience, you too can become a successful trader. But again, the key being education, okay? So if you have proper risk management and you have proper analysis, proper strategy, what you can do is you can be able to minimize your losses and maximize profits, okay? You have to understand, I'm not here to tell you that I'm going to give you some holy grail strategy that's going to help you win 100% of the time, because there's no such thing as that, okay? No one comes into this game and wins 100% of the time, which is something that I tell my students a lot. You know, it's a big part of this game is psychology, okay? And I mean, if you join the course, you'll learn what I'm talking about, okay? But there's a lot of courses out there that what they'll do is they'll simply sell you some BS strategy, and they'll tell you this strategy is the holy grail. This strategy is going to make you $1 million in a year. You're going to be able to turn $200 into $1 billion. It's going to change your life. And the course is only $200. Come on, guys, that's BS, okay? That's BS. If you really want to know what a legitimate course is, a legitimate mentor, a legitimate teacher will teach you about mindset, will teach you about psychology, will teach you about how to control your emotions with trading, as well as proper strategy, proper technical analysis, proper fundamentals. Now, I hope you're not getting overwhelmed, okay? It's actually really simple stuff, okay? It's really simple stuff. You just need to take some time. It's going to take some commitment from you to learn it, okay? Basically, what I tell my boys is you need about 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day where you sit down, you watch one of my videos, you take notes, and you apply what I teach you, okay? It's very simple stuff. I make it very simple to understand is what I've been told, okay? I have students that are 16 years old. I have kids that are in high school. I have guys that are fathers, okay? I have guys that are the head of their family and they have a lot of responsibility, but they still make time, okay? Because again, anything that is worth having, anything that is going to take you towards success is going to take time and it's going to take effort and it's going to take commitment, okay? That scares a lot of people away because we live in a generation where we all have this instant gratification mentality where we just want everything yesterday. We want it now. And that's not how it should be, okay? We need to understand that life is really about cause and effect, okay? It's all about making sacrifices now and then being able to reap the benefits later, okay? We have to think long term. We have to focus on our future, okay? So what are you doing right now that is helping you focus on your future? What steps are you taking every day that is going to guarantee that future for you? Because let me tell you something. If you don't change something now, your circumstances are never going to change, okay? They are never going to change. You got to ask yourself, man or lady, were you born to be a boss or were you born to be an employee? What mindset do you have? Because let me tell you, if you want to be the boss, if you want to be on top, if you want to be free, you got to start acting like a boss. You got to start thinking like a boss, all right? You got to start working like a boss. You don't get to the top without putting in work. It just doesn't happen that way. I'm sorry about the rant. Let's keep going. All right, so Forex history. I just kind of want to give you guys some background information on this so you guys can see how it's evolved, okay? So originally countries would make international payments in gold and silver. However, this system was unstable because global events such as the discovery of new mines would cause the value of these metals to change tremendously. So again, it's simple economics, okay? So originally countries, so say Spain requires some type of service from France, whether it be manufacturing or any type of service. You know, it's just an example. Back in the day, Spain would pay France in gold, okay? So now, the value of gold, the value of anything, in fact, is based on supply and demand, okay? So if you have a short supply, if you have a small amount of something, it's going to be very valuable, okay? Because the demand for it is large when there's a small amount of it. So if a new gold mine was discovered and there was new gold that was being found, that means that there was more supply. So what that does is it drives the value of the gold down, okay? Very simple stuff. So that's why the system was unstable, okay? Makes sense? Very simple to understand. So in 1875, the gold standard system was developed, which means countries began using gold to back the value of currencies. However, it collapsed during World War I because there was not enough gold to back the amount of money being printed. So essentially, so much money was being spent on the war that countries didn't have enough money. So essentially what they started doing was they just started printing out money. They started printing out money that didn't have any value behind it. Much like what we're going through right now. This money didn't have any value behind it. So, you know what I mean? The gold standard system collapsed. In the 1940s, the world was in mayhem, and Western nations decided that we needed a system that would help stabilize global currencies like the gold standard system did. In 1941, the Bretton Woods system was developed. In this system, the US dollar replaced gold as the main standard for currencies. But the rise of industrialism caused economies to evolve at different speeds, which made the system unreliable. Eventually, the US did not have enough gold to back the amount that foreign banks had in reserve. The new system based the value of currencies on global supply and demand, and the evolution of communication allowed for a smooth-running global system that ensured fair exchange rates across the board. Now, here's the biggest step that has happened. Here's the biggest evolution. In the 1990s, the internet made currency exchange simpler than ever. The birth of online brokers and PC trading platforms made it possible for anyone to jump on the global markets and make money. What once required institutions to trade 1 million unit lot sizes transformed into an everyday marketplace where people with as little as $1,000 could execute trades. So clearly this was a big step, okay? Back in the day, only big institutions like banks, hedge funds, key market players were the only ones that were able to partake in this and make a profit from it. However, the internet has created such a wide network and has connected all of us in a sense to where we can now have retail traders, people like you and me. Right now you could even start with $100, okay? It's simple, and leverage makes things so easy. And I'll talk to you guys about leverage here in a bit. Now, I really hope that you're still with me. I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're starting to see how awesome this industry is, okay? Alright, so as we discussed, the Forex marketplace is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, okay? So, if you were to look at the stock exchange, so the stock exchange is an American marketplace, okay? It's based in New York. The stock exchange is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., okay? So as you can see, you have a very small time window in which you can take place in trades. Now, the Forex marketplace is decentralized, which means it's spread out throughout multiple time frames, okay? So we have the London time frame, New York, Sydney, and Tokyo, okay? So the New York marketplace opens at 3 a.m., closes at noon. New York opens at 8 a.m., closes at 5 p.m. Sydney opens at 5 p.m., closes at 2 a.m., and Tokyo opens at 7 p.m., closes at 4 a.m. Now, it's important to note this is Eastern time, okay? Eastern time, so write that down. And now, the best times to trade is when you have markets overlapping, okay? So look at this. London opens at 3 a.m. and closes at noon. New York opens at 8 a.m. and closes at 5 p.m. So you see that overlap from 8 a.m. to noon. Both of these marketplaces are open at that same time, which means there's a lot of volume in the market. There's a lot of money being traded, and there's a lot of market movement. So that's one of the best times to trade, okay? So you want to find those market overlaps. However, at any given moment, there's an opportunity to make money in this game, okay? Let's look at the different currencies that can be exchanged in the marketplace. First, we have the US dollar, the European euro, the Japanese yen, the Great British pound, the Swiss franc, the Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, and these are simply like nicknames for the currencies, okay? So I mean, you don't really have to write it down. It's just a lot of the time you'll see traders trying to be cool and fancy and use the whole Forex lingo, just nerds, whatever, just kidding. But Hong Kong dollar, the Singapore dollar, the South African rand, the Thai baht, the Mexican peso, the Danish krone, the Swedish krona, and the Norwegian krone, okay? Simple stuff. So, currencies are traded in pairs, okay? The way that you trade is you will have two currencies listed, okay? It's very simple to understand. The way that a transaction works in Forex is you are simultaneously buying one currency and selling the other, okay? So here, let's look at this example here. We have the GBP USD, which means we have the British pound, the Great British pound against the US dollar, okay? The price is 1.5226, okay? This is called the quote. So essentially, what this means is if I wanted to buy 1 British pound using dollars, if I wanted to buy 1 British pound, it would cost me 1.5226 US dollars, okay? So if I wanted to buy 10 British pounds, it would cost me $15.22, okay? Simple stuff. You just move the decimal number. Now, if I wanted to sell 1 British pound, if I had a British pound in my possession and I wanted to trade it for dollars, I would get 1.5226 US dollars, okay? Same thing, if I had 10 British pounds and I wanted to sell them, I'm going to get 15 pounds or $15.22. Very simple stuff, right, guys? I know you're getting this. You're smart. You're smart. If you have any questions, also feel free to contact me, okay? Feel free to contact me, no doubt. All right, so essentially every currency is going to have a graph associated with it, and it's simple stuff. Basically, it's much like the graphs that you saw in algebra in high school, so essentially, and I don't actually have a visual depiction of this, but let me kind of show it to you. So essentially, you would have the x-axis, which is at the bottom, and you would have the y-axis, which is on the side. Make sense? So now the x-axis would be your time intervals, okay? So your time is right here, your price is right here. So if we're looking at a GBP USD chart, and the chart is moving up, this means that the British pound, the value of the British pound is moving up against the US dollar, okay? I'm sorry about that. Alright, so if it's moving up, it means that the British pound is gaining strength against the US dollar. If it is moving down, it means that the US dollar is gaining strength against the British pound. So the British pound is weakening. So the graph is essentially a representation of the first currency. Now, really do go watch the first video on my site, okay? If you haven't watched that, I explain this in a much simpler and visual way, okay? Very simple to understand. Very simple. So do not get confused. So again, okay, if I buy the pair, I would look for the base currency to rise in value and sell it back at a higher price. So if I'm buying this pair, okay, so if I'm buying 10 British pounds, okay, we'll just use simple small numbers. If I'm buying 10 British pounds at $15, because remember, every dollar is 1.5. Every pound is 1.5 US dollars. So if I'm buying 10 British pounds, it's going to cost me $15, right? So I'm buying them in hopes the price is going to move up, right? So I'm going to buy 10 British pounds. It's going to cost me $15. I'm going to hold on to those 10 British pounds and hope the price moves up, okay? Now, with proper analysis, it's honestly quite simple to tell the direction. But, so now, say I'm going to hold these 10 British pounds until price moves up, and price is now 1.8, okay? So this number is now 1.8. Now, what I would do at that point is I would go ahead and I would close my trade. Now, what that does is it takes those British pounds and it trades them back to dollars. So if price has gone up and now it's 1.8, that means that originally I spent $15 on those 10 British pounds, but now the price has gone up. When I trade them back, I now have $18, so I have $3 in profit, okay? So essentially, Forex is doing that at a large scale. So if I had 100 British pounds and I trade in the back for $180, I now made $30 profit. When I originally only spent 150, I now have 180, okay? Simple stuff, guys. So now, if you're looking to sell the pair, you want to look for the base currency to fall in value and then buy it back at a lower price. So now, you don't actually need to have British pounds to sell them. You're able to hypothetically do it and still profit, okay? So essentially, if I'm looking to sell, I could go ahead and sell, okay, so say this is the current price. I want to go ahead and sell 10 British pounds, and I end up with $15, okay? Same concept. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for price to come down to say I held those 10 British pounds until price came down to 1.00. Now what that means is I want to trade those US dollars that I have now, those 15 US dollars, back into pounds, okay, in order to profit. So now the price is at 1.000. Those same 15 US dollars that I originally had 10 pounds with, I can now trade for 15 British pounds. So my profit is 5 British pounds, right? Simple stuff, guys. I hope you're still with me. And I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out here. I hope you took notes. I'm going to be releasing a couple of more videos, okay? I'm gonna go more in depth into this. Again, feel free to ask me any questions, okay? I'm here to help. I really am. I want to show young people. I want to show young people that there is a way out, okay? There's a way to be free. There's a way to be self-employed, okay? Trust me, I'm 19 years old and I'm doing this. I'm making money every day, okay? I graduated from high school 8 months ago. And I have a lot of my classmates who decided to pursue college. I pursued self-education. I went in and I studied this material 6 hours a day and I got as good as I could possibly get. So now my hope is to transfer all this information into an easy to understand manner for you guys, okay? I know you guys are smart. I know you guys are ambitious. I know you want a way out, okay? I'm here to help, straight up. Cartel Invictus is a family that I'm building, and the purpose of our family is to help each other and push each other towards greatness, okay? I want us to strive to be great. I want us to be a group that builds leaders and builds role models, okay? Straight up. I think we live in a really messed up world. I hate how our youth is being influenced by all these puppet celebrities that are promoting gang violence and drugs and sex, and it's just ridiculous, man. We need better role models out there. We need better leaders, and that's what I hope to do with Cartel Invictus. This isn't just going to be about Forex. This is going to be about life. This is going to be about business. This is going to be about bettering yourself in body, mind, and spirit, okay? This is going to be big, I'm telling you. Alright, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.